My name is Matt Beausoleil, and although I'm not a classically trained chef, my passion for cooking and refined palate have earned me great respect in the culinary industry. Join me and many amazing people who call the Outaouais their home as we prep, cook, and bake at the beautiful Alpina Lodge located at the renowned Le Nordik Spa in Chelsea, Quebec. From community members to chefs, we will highlight the cultural diversity and incredible food scene that the Outaouais has to offer. I myself chose to call the Outaouais home, and it is because of the wonderful people that you will meet that we can truly enjoy our region. This is Cooking Adventures Outaouais. Hello and welcome to our kitchen. I'm very excited to share another recipe with you that will truly highlight the Outaouais' culinary and cultural diversity. Today's guest is the Corporate Chef and Culinary Director of Le Nordik Spa Group, a top 40 under 40 winner, an East Coast native, and a father to two little ladies. He is also no stranger to food TV. He is Food Network Canada's Chopped Canada champion. Welcome, Norm.
Matt, thank you for the invite. Pleasure to be here with you.
I think the pleasure is all ours. You know, Norm, I wanted to thank you, the beautiful Alpina Lodge that we're filming this in. The Nordik Spa is one of the most reputable places in the Outaouais, and it's just an honor to be filming here, so thanks a lot for that.
No problem.
Let's hit on your culinary journey. It's been quite colorful. Tell me all about how this started.
How this all started. Just like every other chef out there, pretty much. Dish pit, washing dishes,
Yeah.
keeping things organized,
That's right.
keep the thing moving.
Without clean dishes, you can't do a perfect
You can't
plate.
do anything.
And, you know, we have
You
to
need
understand
pots,
that.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep. So did that for a couple of seasons. This is when I was like 13, 14.
Nice.
Out on the East Coast, Prince Edward Island. Started off at the Inn and Bay Fortune.
Beautiful.
With Chef Michael Smith and Chef Jeff
An
McCourt.
amazing chef.
My teachers, my chefs.
Awesome.
And then I started cooking with them. They kind of pushed me up and out of the dish pit. They wanted me to do some cooking with them, and that's when it hit.
And
it was
I
like,
think that's
okay.
I think that's a great story because we'll often see people from the dish pit move to line cook or prep cook.
We
and
always
then-
want more.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I think it's great because it's showing that the person that's in the dish pit wants to grow.
Yes.
And having that venue for them is an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
So then you ended up going to culinary school after that? Or?
Yeah, I did 9 years apprenticeship before I went to school. So I had the practical pretty
Wow.
much pinned down.
That's amazing,
I just
yeah.
needed to piece the why did the egg coagulate?
That's right.
You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I graduated from culinary school and then moved to Ottawa.
Amazing. So, I mean, you know, you chose to come to Ottawa. Why?
Wasn't Toronto.
Funny.
I'm like from the from Prince Edward Island, Canada's food island. I grew up on a potato farm, essentially.
Really?
Right?
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
Toronto was way too much for me. I'm sorry. No, maybe I could graduate into that, but right off the bat, no.
So that's how you landed in Ottawa, but now, you know, you're in the Outaouais, you're working for Le Nordik Spa. How long has that been happening?
I've been here 4.5 years now.
4.5 years.
Yeah.
And how has that helped your career, and how do you see your career developing?
How did it change? Definitely changes the way I cook. Wellness, right? Like it's
Yeah.
definitely had an impact on how I cook dinner at night, let me tell you.
Interesting.
Clean, fresh. We eat a lot of raw.
Yeah, raw food's amazing. We're gonna be doing some raw food today.
Ta-da! That's
which
what
is
we're gonna
excellent,
do.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's it changed? It's definitely changed how I cook, for sure.
So that's how you landed at the Nordik Spa. But I wanted to know, do you think that your appearance on the Food Network Canada's Chopped and being the Chopped Canada champion influenced your career and your healthy eating and your creativity?
I don't think it changed much as far as like creativity, yes.
Ah.
But as far as like what I eat and such, not so much. Does it change the way I look at the fridge when I open up the doors?
Yeah, exactly.
I do. I'm like, okay, I got broccoli, I got chicken, and right? So it's kind of the same thing as on Chopped. When you open up the door, you're like, okay, what am I doing?
Well, broccoli and chicken doesn't sound too complicated.
Nope.
But, you know, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose one thing that you love about the Outaouais, what would it be?
One thing?
One thing.
Parks.
Parks. I mean, you know, cycling,
Yep.
walking trails. You know, there's
Yep.
so much green space.
Yep.
It's a beautiful part of the Outaouais. It's probably one of the most sought after after the Nordik Spa, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what we're gonna make today.
Okay, we're doing beef tartare.
I'm actually really excited. Beef tartare is one of my favorite dishes, and I mean, it's something that you see around the world, right? You can do so many different things with it.
Yeah, like beef tartare for me, it is. It's like a vehicle. If you want to play off different flavors here, like today we're doing black garlic and herbs and stuff like that. But if you wanted to go to Mexico, throw in a little avocado.
Exactly.
Throw in some tomatoes. Serve it with tortilla chips.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know,
yeah.
like you want to go a little bit of an Indian direction. Same thing. A little bit of curry powder. Serve it with a papadon chip. Right? Like
How would Vikram Vij do it? You worked with him before, so.
Yes.
Did he do a beef tartare?
I don't know if I've ever eaten a beef tartare from him.
Huh. Interesting.
That's something we need to do.
It definitely is. I mean, he's the spice master.
Yep.
So let's talk about today's ingredients. So obviously the main piece of a beef tartare is the beef.
The beef.
And it's so important because we'll often see on menus beef tartare, and you know, you're eating raw meat, and that is a concern for lots of people. So we need to make sure that we're eating raw meat that is safe to eat raw. So what would be your tips for people that are making it at home?
Fresh. Kind of know where it is coming from. I use Prince Edward Island certified beef.
Nice.
You know, it's homeland to me, so I like trying to pull as much as I can from there.
Back to your roots. And this is an amazing beef. It's finished on potatoes. And it gives it, you know, that extra little flavor. I love it. I've never had it raw, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep.
What cut of beef are we using?
Today we're going to use tenderloin. I would use tenderloin. I'd use strip loin. You know, if you want to be a super adventurous and you got loads of money, then I guess go with the prime rib. If you want to hack that apart. But for me, I like using tenderloin.
Exactly. And I mean, if you were going to go prime rib, it'd be a much more marbled.
Yes.
So you'd have to trim it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So besides the beef, what are we looking at today?
Okay, so today we're going to feature the beef, obviously, and then the black garlic.
Okay, black garlic. That's an interesting one.
Black garlic.
We hear about that a lot.
Yep.
You know, it's all over all the food TV shows. So did you make it yourself? Or?
Yeah, we do it on site.
Okay.
First focus, again, it's all ingredient driven.
Right.
So I only buy local garlic.
Awesome.
Only. That's it.
Yep.
There is no, it's not even open for discussion. So doing black garlic, I buy small cloves. And then I have a little low temp oven that we use.
Right.
So it cooks for about 21 days at like
21 days.
Yeah, 21 days. 65 degrees until it looks like this. And you end up with this.
Those are the cloves.
Black gold. You know, it's not fermented. Some people call it fermented garlic, but it's not fermented. It's,
It's not a
caramelized.
fermentation process.
It's caramelized.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, to put it simply.
So if we were to describe the flavor?
Not so pungent as raw garlic, obviously.
Right.
It is caramelized, so it has that depth. Has a licorice note.
Nice.
Earthiness, terroir, you could almost say.
Right.
Yeah, I like the depth of it. Complexity of the caramelization is my favorite part of it. Yeah.
All right, so then I guess the other ingredients are kind of secondary, but also very important. So we've got capers.
We got some capers. You know, the
Capers.
pickled little bud of the caper plant.
The pickled bud.
Goes well with salmon.
Absolutely.
I like capers.
I love capers too. So we've got crostini.
Crostinis.
Little crostinis. So that's just baguette thinly sliced.
Yep.
We've got our herbs.
I have some herbs.
We got some flat parsley, some green onions, some thyme.
Yep. And then arugula.
Arugula.
I just like a little salad with my beef tartare. It kind of, and I always season and dress my greens on any plate. I just don't
Super
throw
important.
it down, you know. Yes, it's a garnish, but I still think it needs love. So hit it with a little love. And I like herbs in my salads. I like just, you know, pluck them apart.
Awesome. Well, let's get cooking. I mean, let's get chopping.
We're not going to cook
Let's get
today.
chopping.
Yeah, let's get chopping.
I guess my tool that I need is my knife.
Yeah, you will require that for sure.
All right,
Yep.
perfect. I got my knife.
What do I? Oh, I just need this bowl here.
Bowl.
Okay, so that's for that.
Okay, so I mean,
You know what? You're gonna do your own. I'm gonna do mine too.
Oh yeah.
So yes.
Is
yes,
this like a
let's do
friendly
that.
competition?
Chop it up.
Chop
so,
it up.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I'm still gonna let you. I want you to instruct me on what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it, so that the viewers at home who are gonna cook along or watch or learn the recipe, let's show them how we do this. So take the lead, Norm. Let's go.
First thing we need a little onion, a little French shallot.
Perfect.
That's key.
All right.
So okay.
Maybe we can share that one. Do we need a lot?
No, we'll share. I'll do this for you, okay?
Oh, okay. You're such a kind.
There you go.
You're gonna take credit, right? You're gonna take credit after and be like, the reason that my dish was better was because I cut your shallot. Thanks, shallot, Norm.
You're welcome, Matt. Awesome. Okay, so in here a little bit of shallot.
So when we talk about shallot, it's kind of like an onion flavor.
Of course.
It's kind of garlicky. What?
I would say it's a little on the sweet note.
Right.
Not so pungent.
Right.
Doesn't make you cry.
It's a little mild.
Don't have to cook it. You know, I like it raw.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's great raw.
So I like this minced. I like it super fine.
You're already outperforming my peeling.
Okay, are we being timed? No. I suppose someone is timing us to some degree.
Exactly.
So yeah, we don't need a whole lot. We're gonna chop that whole, all the beef up anyway, but we'll have some snackies for later.
Snackies are the best part about cooking. I swear. All right.
Okay, so a little choppy chop on that. And then I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of our capers here.
So about how much capers are we gonna put? How much capers? How much?
Yeah, maybe we should go through the portion for
for
our viewers too, right? So okay, like couple tablespoons. Now this is
of shallots.
Of shallots.
Okay.
So as far as the beef, a good portion, couple ounces after you put everything in with it.
That's right.
So yeah, a nice little like say 2 or 3 ounces of beef.
Perfect.
Couple tablespoons of shallots minced. As far as capers are concerned, I don't like too many in there. So I'd say like 5, 8, something like that.
5 or 8. All right.
Now, if you know what?
I think I'm gonna like mine a little saltier. So
there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep. Love it.
I mean 9. All right. So we're gonna just mash this all up together.
You know what?
Right?
You could also change out your caper for dill pickle.
Right.
That could be fun.
Add a little dill flavor to the dish.
Yep.
And I think that goes back to what we discussed before, is that, you know, a tartare can really become anything.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the most inspiring parts about this dish, is that if you have the beef that you can consume raw,
yes,
you can really change this up. You could make this every night and have a totally different tartare every night.
Yep, you could.
And I think it's kind of cool that you can really experiment with spices and herbs of your choice. So we've got this all chopped up.
Okay, we'll put that to the side. And I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna make the black garlic.
Look how smooth that is.
Mayonnaise. So again, mayonnaise. Again, it's a vehicle. You can go to the extent of getting out your egg yolks and making an emulsion on the counter, but you know what? It's a little bit easier to just buy a bottle of mayonnaise. And again, flavor direction, that's just a vehicle.
That's right, yeah.
Like this is, you want to put a little bit of curry powder in it. You want to just put herbs in it.
So when we're talking about aioli,
yep.
Well, what is aioli?
So that's a straight up emulsion with a lot of garlic.
Right.
So I think that would be the description between a mayonnaise and an aioli.
Right. Perfect.
So I'm just going to throw a little bit of this in here.
Okay, we got the black garlic.
The black garlic.
21 days, unbelievable, eh? Cooking for 21 days.
21 days, super low heat. You know what? A lot of the times, slower is better.
Yep.
Right? When I braise my beef, like, you know?
Yep.
So pretty straightforward there.
All right.
Okay, you know what you could do?
Yep.
Start chopping your steak up a little bit.
All right. In small cubes?
Thin to win. So, okay.
Thin to win.
Thin to win.
Okay.
You see how that steak has its grain running through it? You see how it's going?
Exactly.
You want to cut against that.
That's right.
So think of it as like an elastic. The shorter you cut the elastic, the less it's chewy or stringy or...
Right, and I mean, when you're eating it raw, you really don't want it to be tough.
You really do not.
Super important.
Yep.
And that's another reason to use tenderloin.
Yep.
Is that by cutting it across,
yep.
you'll actually end up making it really tender. And you can actually kind of see this is the end of the piece, you
Yep.
can see that there's space in between the muscle.
Yep.
So that's, we want to cut it so that we're breaking that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll like super fine, super thin, and then we're gonna run a blade through it again anyway.
Right. So is this thickness okay?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just lay them down when I'm doing it, and then I just cut it again, and then I'll run a blade through it just randomly as I'm going here.
Perfect. So what do you think your favorite combination of tartare has been over the years of experiencing different types of tartares and making different tartares? What's your best flavor combination, you would say?
You know what? One of my favorites was the dill pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
It's not typical, and I like the fact that it adds that freshness.
Yep.
That's great.
And like you want to throw beets in there? Throw beets in there. You want to make a little salad out of roast vegetables on the side? Feel free, right? Like this is where the home cook, you can be extremely creative. There is no real measurement. It's
That's
about
right.
taste. And when we get to that point,
Yeah.
Seasoning it with lemon and a little bit of olive oil.
And I think simplicity is also super important, right?
Is it
We
ever?
don't want it to be extremely complicated.
The other key point here, folks, is keep it cold. So I always have it on ice. As soon as I'm done chopping it, it's going to go back on ice.
That's right.
Keep it in a fridge, and obviously fresh as cut. Go to your butcher.
You know what? One of my rules of thumb is when I go to the butcher shop, I ask them, where does this beef come from?
Yep.
And I don't like some answers sometimes, but it's super important because if we know that it's fresh, it's from a local farm, or it's been, treated humanely, I think that's one of the most important things
That's
for
key.
me.
Yep, that's key.
A nice, relaxed animal creates amazing beef, and we want to make sure that we're supporting the proper local farmers too.
Yep.
And this is where we see that the trained chef and the home cook are different at chopping the beef.
Pretty good over there, bud.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little bit different. You're just faster. It's all about speed. I'm about accuracy. We'll say that.
It's about finesse.
Finesse. I like
Some
that.
finesse. Yeah, so I just run the blade through it a few times, and then essentially I'm just going to chuck my shallots and my
And then we're going to
capers in
just
there,
mix it up there.
and then we're
Okay.
going to mix it up. And then we'll get to the seasoning point here, right?
And I think simplicity, right? We don't want to overshadow the meat with too much topping.
Nope, exactly.
And we'll often see, you'll go and have a tartare and it'll almost be creamy white
Yes.
because it's so excessively seasoned with mayonnaise or
Yep.
or some sort of aioli.
Yep.
And I think that, we want that meat to shine. That farmer raised that beef to be the best beef that it can be. Okay, so now I'm just gonna combine my shallots and my capers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, throw
you.
it all in. Yep.
Just like you. What were you preparing there?
I just added the mayonnaise to the black garlic that we
Okay,
had there.
perfect.
Do a little mixy mix. Looks pretty good.
All right.
Okay, what
It
else?
smells good. The
Lemon.
shallots and the capers.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
All right.
So yeah, we need one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Lemon would be next.
Perfect. Thank you.
Require one of those.
Wow, for a competition, you're awfully friendly.
Yes.
Could I borrow your zester?
Sure. Do that.
How much zest are we looking at? Just a little? Just hit a
To
little?
that amount of meat, yeah, give it like 1, 2, 3. Does that sound good? Maybe a little more.
Yeah, it didn't.
Maybe a little.
Gotta apply a little bit of muscle in there. A little bit of muscle in there. That's how I'd like it. Since
Yep.
we're competing,
Yep.
that's my level.
I like that.
Would you like this?
Thanks, bud.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So while you're zesting, I'm gonna get my bowl ready. Okay.
Yeah,
Got my
mix.
mixing bowl.
Yeah, we'll throw that on there.
And just so the viewers know, I'm using plastic on my board because I use this board for everything. So I'm going to use the plastic.
Yep.
You're using a board that you use for me.
This is just meat. I
so
only
it's
cut meat
perfect.
on
So
here.
you can use your wood cutting board, but just add a plastic layer on top.
Yep, good idea.
That will allow you to clean it properly. Okay,
Ta-da! We have this mix.
you've got it in the bowl.
Now the fun part begins. Seasoning.
The fun part, the most important part,
The most important part.
besides the beef, of course.
So we need an acid in there.
Right.
And today that's going to be lemon. This could be lime.
Right?
You want to get adventurous? Do grapefruit.
Yep.
Do orange. If you wanted to say go
Exactly.
in an Asian, like a Chinese direction, like with hoisin, orange zest,
Yeah,
orange
exactly.
juice.
That could be
you can have a lot of
delicious.
fun with that.
All right.
So
Some lemon cheeks, I see. Lemon cheeks, cutting
Lemon
the
cheeks.
That's the best part. Slicing it on the side. Don't get any of the seeds.
yeah.
Also get lots of juice when you cut it this way.
And then of course our beautiful extra virgin. Sorry, that was a little loud.
And one of the things we're doing here also is that we have a bowl that allows us to discard our trimmings. Makes the counter clean.
Yep.
Clean surface.
Don't like stuff on your cutting board.
No, exactly. And it creates a clear space in your mindset as well. All right, so
Little olive oil.
little olive
Did
oil.
you do that? You need that.
I missed that.
You need that.
I missed that, absolutely. Some extra virgin olive oil?
Extra virgin olive oil. Here, I'm gonna grab you a spoon. Spoon for you.
Thank you very much,
Spoon
sir.
for you.
Give that a little mix.
Yeah, quick little mix. I don't like mashing it up too much.
That's right.
I,
Just want to get that oil
Yeah.
and that lemon throughout. There's nothing worse than taking a bite, having no salt or lemon, and then
Yep.
the next bite is just tons
Yep.
of lemon. So mixing it is good. Seasoning from above, also
now,
very important.
aerate the salt, I suppose.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, I don't use a whole lot of salt in here. I count on the. What's your alternative to salt? Citrus.
Exactly.
It kind of acts in the same way
Absolutely.
salt does. So I try not to put too much salt in there, just because you actually have the combination of lemon in there.
Well, and you know what? The capers too, right?
Yep.
The capers add a
Yep.
salinity as well. Okay.
Ta-da. Now, you're gonna plate your own.
Yes.
Okay. What
I
else
am.
do we have to? Oh, quick little salad. Yeah, beauty. So a
right.
little bit of arugula, and then I like herbs in my salad, and I just like leaf it. I don't get
There you go.
too choppy chop on
probably
it, so
enough.
to speak, right?
All right.
Here, I'm gonna slice up a little green onion for you.
Okay.
Just real quick.
I'm going to use the arugula plate to make my dish.
I like that.
Well, you know, less dirty dishes is better in the end. All right. So we're going to share some of these
that in
ingredients. Perfect.
gonna
It's
throw it
in
in
the
the salad.
salad.
Again, you need to show it a little bit of love. I'm gonna throw a little bit of, just a pinch of olive oil in there, and then we're going to throw the rest of that in there.
I know you mentioned it before, but yeah, seasoning the arugula is key because you are going to eat it with your tartare. You don't want it to just be a leafy green, right?
Right, and not
That's
too
not
much, just a pinch. All right, I'm gonna use this one.
Don't be afraid to use your hands. Mix it up. All right. Okay, so you're
All
going to
right,
use that plate
I'm gonna
right
do this
there.
plate. I'm gonna do this plate.
Nice little plate right there.
Yep. So I'm gonna throw down a little bit of this.
Oh,
Hey, do you want some of that?
oh, sure.
Sure.
Thanks. Look at that color, eh? Beautiful black garlic.
A little pinch of this salad here. Okay.
All right.
This is key. You need the vehicle for the meat. Yeah, that's looking good.
And now the best part, we get to try the tartare. All right, Norm.
All right. Oh, and you got a little bit of extra there. Don't let that go to waste.
Oh, definitely.
Do not let that go to waste.
Definitely not let any of that go to waste.
No.
I don't know. I think we got some pretty nice plates. I'm going to say that we tied.
Yeah, let's just go with it. I like it.
Let's get a bit of that black garlic mayonnaise. Tartare. Try it like this.
Little peppery arugula on there.
So tender. I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's so tender. Depending on the cut of beef you use, like that is just awesome. The mayonnaise, the black
great,
garlic, caramelized flavors, just amazing.
Yeah.
The arugula,
Adds a little pepperiness to it.
I didn't add a piece to mine, but I think the most important part is that, putting the whole herbs in it like this,
Yeah.
it really makes that flavor profile pop.
Need some of that.
The crostini too is nice and salty when it was prepared, and I think that adds some great complementing seasoning.
Trick to that, super thin, sheet pan, 225 in the oven. Don't go 350. It's too much. They start getting super brittle.
We want to dry it, yeah.
You're just
Exactly.
drying it out.
Yeah.
That's it. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt. That's it.
Excellent. Well, Norm, that was a great dish. I mean, I love tartare. This one was awesome, spot on. So thank you very much for joining me in the kitchen. Please relay to the fine folks at the Nordik Spa Group that, using this amazing kitchen at the Alpina Lodge made a whole difference to our production. So thank you for sharing your culinary journey. Thank you for sharing this dish with us. And thank you for sharing the recipe for our viewers. It's a recipe that not many people may think to make at home because of the fact that it's raw, but it's such a good dish.
Yep. Love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt. Once again, pleasure being here with you. Great afternoon cooking with you. I love it. I love it.
It's great.
Yep.
Thanks a lot. Once again, thanks to Chef Norm Aitken and the fine folks at Le Nordik Spa Group for letting us use this beautiful Alpina cottage for our program. Don't forget that this amazing dish, as well as all of the other recipes, will be published in the Outaouais Cooking Adventures Cookbook, brought to you by the Regional Association of West Quebecers. On that, be happy, be healthy, and eat well. Ciao for now.